Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DMV Football Gauntlet. My name is Matthew Heiserman, and today we are joined by three-star high school football recruit and Delaware football commit, Rowen Walsh. Rowen, it's great to have you on.
That's right. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, and getting right into it, I just want to start by asking when you first knew that you wanted to play football.
Honestly, I've been playing since my whole life. I've been playing since I was about 7, 8 years old, and just fell in love with the game when I first touched the football. So I love the sport and I love playing it.
Now, when you started, was it flag football, tackle football? What did that look like for you?
I started tackle right away.
Mhm.
So I've been
Mhm.
playing tackle football since about fourth grade. So
Mhm.
I've been playing for a while.
Now I know that you're a tight end. Were you always the tight end or, were you more of a utility guy playing all across the field?
Yeah, basically, I played tight end, a little bit of offensive line because I was a lot bigger than most of the
Mhm,
people I played against, and I played a little bit of DN, D line, linebacker. So I played
mhm.
I played a lot of positions,
Was
but
tight end
in high
always
school,
mhm.
in high school, just always tight end.
Was tight end, always your favorite position?
Yes, 100%,
Mhm, mhm.
100%.
And as one of the top-rated tight ends in the class of 2026, what's one thing that you really take pride in when it comes to your play style?
Me, man, I love blocking, but I
Mhm,
think I'm very versatile. I can catch the
mhm.
ball. I can break some tackles, pancake
Mhm.
dudes when you need me to block. So but the best part of my game is just you know breaking tackles and getting up the field and scoring touchdowns.
Mhm. Yeah, I love to hear that. And you just talked about blocking. That's obviously a really important trait that's sometimes, I guess, looked past when it comes to being a good tight end. I mean, you mentioned how you feel you're pretty good with blocking. Can you just break down what, I guess, some of the main aspects are when it comes to being a good blocker on the field?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely first thing I definitely say is weight room. You got to be big. You got to be
Yeah,
strong. You got to be able to
yeah,
move these sometimes 300-pound D linemen if you double team
mhm,
with a tackle or
yeah.
if you one on one with a D 260-pound DN. So it's definitely I think weight room and being strong and being able to move those dudes in that kind of weight.
Yeah, 100%. And on January 25th, 2023, you received your first ever offer from Charlotte. Can you just
Yeah.
break down what it felt like to receive that offer and what was going through your mind during that moment?
Oh, it was honestly it felt like a dream come true to be
Mhm.
honest. Just getting my first Division One offer at Good Counsel. Coach Poggi came in. He used to coach at St. Francis, so I've met him a couple times before. But he's a good dude, and it was just amazing.
Now, when you got that first offer, were you expecting your recruitment to pick up as much as it ended up doing?
Yes, yes,
Mhm,
that's what I was
mhm.
told as well. So
Yeah.
and it pretty much did.
Mhm. And then on June 20th, you officially committed to play college football at the University of Delaware. I know you're wearing the Delaware jacket right now. What really stood
Yes,
out
sir.
to you about them and what, when did you know that they were the best option for you?
When I was on my official visit there, I
Mhm,
fell in love with the campus. It's an hour and a half from my house. I want to be close to home, so
mhm,
I love my family. Shout out to them. They're amazing, very supportive, and just knowing that they'll be at my games and I can go see them on weekends. I have a beach house that's an hour and a half away too, so it's
oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's literally perfect.
Now, you mentioned distance from home and you wanted to be fairly close. You attend Good Counsel High School in Olney, Maryland. When you look at some of your other offers, there's a lot of programs from around the DMV area, such as Towson, Richmond, and Liberty. What kind of stood out to you about Delaware over some of those other schools that are still close to home?
I'd definitely say the young coaching staff and the FBS
Mhm.
football. It's a
Yeah.
big movement up for them, but I think they should be very solid in this conference and be able to compete. And they're recruiting really well. So and the young coaching staff, Coach Cardi, Coach Smith, the tennis coach, they're some good people and really know how to coach some good football.
And, how would you describe the connection you've already been able to build with Garrett Smith and the rest of Delaware's coaching staff?
Oh, it's very tight already. We talk
Mhm.
we talk a lot. He's a wedding this week, so he's been off the phone a little bit, but it's good for him. He's having a good time, so and he deserves it.
And as a junior, you received well over 10 Division I offers from schools such as UConn, West Virginia, and Memphis. I know we kinda touched on this a little bit, but can you just break down what the recruitment process looked like for you in general?
Yeah, so basically, I was at West Virginia a lot. Neil
Mhm,
Brown getting fired, that kind of set me back a little bit with Rich
mhm,
Rod coming in. So I like UConn too. I never got to go to Memphis, but the
mhm,
coaches I spoke to from Memphis were very nice. But just Delaware when I was on the official there, just the campus, being close to home, the coaching staff,
right.
the training room, the weight room is amazing. So I just wanted to commit right as I was there.
Absolutely, and, now that you're in the off season, can you just break down what a typical day looks like for you in terms of training and practicing?
For sure. So I wake up about 7 o'clock, eat some breakfast. We got to get to good counsel at 8:30. We
Mhm,
got workouts from 9 to 12. So that's just speed, conditioning, and then weight room. Some days it's arms, some days it's legs. Come home, relax for a little bit, go in my hot tub, pool, get the body right, hit another workout. Abs, lift again. If I lift legs, I'm gonna lift arms in the afternoon, and
mhm.
then probably go for a mile and a half run. So and then the rest of the day just relax with the family.
Now you touched on how you work out with good counsel in the morning. How often do you work out with Delaware, or right now is that relationship more, over the phone?
That's more over the phone. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with them because I'm not gonna. I don't have the option. I had the option to earlier enroll, but it was a little too late since I committed
Mhm.
later than
Yeah.
some of the other guys. But unfortunately, it's just a lot over the phone right now, and
Mhm.
we're gonna start some Zoom meetings. Start learning the playbook as soon as I can.
Yeah, I love that. And uh, during your final year um, of high school, what are some of the main things you're still trying to improve with your game before you reach that next level?
I mean, obviously, just catching the ball. I that's what I'm known for. I catch the ball every
Mhm.
time it gets in my hands, but just continuing with that, and
Mhm.
just making sure people know that if I'm blocking you, it's gonna be a bad day for you.
Yeah.
So that's what I want people to know.
And then in terms of the mental side, are there any pregame superstitions or rituals that you have, or maybe a specific kind of music you like to listen to get yourself in the right mindset?
Yeah, yeah. I say a little. I'm a big Catholic, so I pray before my games. Talk to God a little bit. My grandfather, and then when I go down to the field, I'm usually a big country guy, but I talk some young boy while I'm getting ready for the game. So that's what I like to listen to pregame.
Yeah, I like that combination. I heard a young boy answer earlier today. He's
Yeah,
pretty common answer for that
yeah. She gets
question.
you going for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And are there any tight ends in the NFL that you try and take inspiration from or maybe model your game after?
Oh, 100%. George Kittle. I mean, he does it
Mhm.
all, blocking,
Yeah.
catching. I love watching him breaking down. And another guy I really like, Dalton Kincaid on the Buffalo
Oh, yeah.
Bills. I like watching him a lot,
Yeah.
studying his game, how he blocks people, the catches he makes. So yeah, and I watch a lot of George Kittle drills he does,
Mhm.
and use those with my trainers.
Now, when you're watching an NFL game, are you typically paying attention to the whole game altogether, or really just the tight ends, what they're doing, and recognizing what they can do depending on the defense?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it really depends. Like if it's more in the red zone, I'm gonna really watch like the scheme, what play they're gonna run, see if they can score. But if they're driving, I'll look at the tight end, see what he's doing, see what route he's running, see what move he makes on the DN or linebacker, and see if I've used that move before to get open. So it really depends, but it's a good question.
Now, what's one thing you don't think the average football fan necessarily knows about the tight end position?
I think they expect great blocks and great catches, but I don't think they really realize how hard it truly is to be a
Mhm.
good tight end who can be able to
Yeah.
catch the ball, get a field, break tackles, and be able to block these dudes who are really way more than you and are supposed to
Mhm.
be stronger than you. So that's what I don't really think people understand, but I think they're starting to understand more. So it's a rare position to be good at, but I really believe it's the most fun to play for sure.
And then with 1 year until college, are there any personal goals as well as team goals that you would like to achieve over the next year at Good Counsel?
Win another championship for sure.
Mhm.
Oh, I won
Mhm.
one my sophomore year and love to go out with a bang and win another one this year. So
Mhm.
that's the goal for all of us, not just me. So we're gonna try and get it done.
Now I do have one final question to ask before we wrap things up. What's one random fun fact about yourself just so the people watching can get to know you a little better at a personal level?
For sure. I love the golf. On my off days, if I'm not working out, I'm on the golf course, on the range. So I love the golf with my family, friends.
Mhm.
I love the sport. If I didn't play football, I'd probably be playing golf right now. So, but yeah, no, I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me for sure.
Yeah, I love to hear that. With that being said, I can't thank you enough for coming on. I really do
For sure.
appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to say to the people watching before we wrap things up?
No, thank you guys so much for having me. It was a great interview, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Again, big thanks to Rowen Walsh for joining us on the DMV Football Gauntlet. And as always, we will see you next time.